Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
All right, hi. Oh, I'll use the mic. There you go. You guys can hear me better this way. Hi, my name is Ben, and I'm your comedic break before you guys join the last presenter and go home afterwards. I'm the CEO of Pet Holdings, Inc., the world's most boring corporate name for probably a collection of really strange and humorous sites online. So, otherwise known as LOLcats. It's actually one of our properties, i-can-haz-cheezburger, hence the hat with the cheeseburger, if you didn't get that reference. LOLcats have been around for generations, actually. You might have seen this poster back in the 70s. Actually, the term LOLcats, or the meme LOLcats, came from long sites before us, 4chan, Something Awful, a bunch of humor forums online, and miraculously, we've been able to turn it into a business. And it just got started by two people in Hawaii exchanging emails in the morning, buying a really oddly spelled domain the next day, and making a blog out of it. And these are the two co-founders out of Hawaii, which we purchased the blog from back in September of 2007 for an undisclosed sum, for those of you looking for answers. When these people started, it wasn't a business for them, it was a blog. It was just a hobby. It was something that they enjoyed. February of 2007, they got so much traffic that servers started dying. They were being asked to get kicked off. They were getting kicked off their service providers because they were serving so much traffic, serving up so many images. In March, they served up just two terabytes of data in 2 weeks, which, if any of you has used shared hosting, that's like gargantuan amounts of money for them. So this is how we got started. Just a few million page views from January to March of 2007. The company grew over a weekend project. They built a builder to actually allow people to caption photos of cats. I know the internet is a strange and wide, big place, but when you're building engines to put captions on cats, it's kind of a specialized thing. So we came in September and purchased the site. As you can see, I first got to know them in April, and when we bought it, traffic started flattening out, and that's when investors get really nervous. And we found out when we took over that we knew absolutely nothing about memes or LOLcats or anything like that. Well, luckily for us, we survived because we went back to the basics and decided to focus on the simple things. For us, simple things are simple solutions that we can execute very quickly, test out, and revise if we have to. So thank God traffic started growing again. That's why I still have a job today. And it started growing like crazy, actually. And ironically, we've been profitable since the very first quarter, cash flow positive and profitable since day one. And this was a Slate.com article that said, basically, we've been making money off of memes, something that YouTube even hasn't been able to do so. And in fact, we regard our competition as mostly old media, like AOL or a Viacom or those guys, but we also count YouTube as our competition. It's more of a frenemy relationship, like friend-enemy kind of thing. You're like, hey, I love you guys, but also I kind of want your ad dollars kind of thing. And that's actually our main line of revenue. And we love contradictions, right? We work with our partners, we work with our enemies, we work with competition, we work with whoever we can to syndicate our content. In fact, it's so contradictory. Our marketing department, which we technically don't have one, our marketers are engineers. They design features and tools to help people spread content throughout the internet. And we found that to be the most cost-effective and the best way to actually market our products. So the first 14 months look like this. Our traffic graph keeps on growing and growing. And at this point in March of 2008, we started hitting almost 50 million page views every month. I'm sorry, that's page views. The burger family grew. We started adding more sites. Failblog. I know there's a lot of men in the room. You guys may have heard of it. Thank you. There's some fans out there. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. You'll owe me some money later. We've launched Totally Looks Like, which is like this. And then we kept on growing because people started to laugh online, and we adopted our mission statement as we want to make the internet a happy place for 5 minutes a day. We just want to share happiness for just 5 minutes a day. I'm not here to organize the world's information. I'm not here to cure cancer. I just want you to laugh. So it's really hard to do, by the way, we found out. And we do it very simply. We plan 30 days at a time. We're an execution company. We're not, none of us are anthropologists in internet culture. I mean, we're just a bunch of guys who like to laugh and decided that we want to make a run at a business doing this. So along the way, we kind of accrued this title of user-generated content pioneer. We'll take it because I think it's worth something. But the only thing that you need to know about being a user-generated content pioneer, it's very easy. If you look at like globes and Earth and the sun, you'll see the Earth as this tiny little speck, and the sun is this giant monster. And the only thing that qualifies me to tell you that I'm a user-generated content pioneer is that we believe it's more like this. The blue dot is the content being produced by traditional media today. That's the amount of content. Users, as you've seen from Picnic and Ontella, users accumulate so much more content, create so much more content than old media, that there's a lot more talent there that you guys have not seen yet. And in fact, this is our traffic all the time. We're 100% user-generated content. We do not produce a single iota of content on our site, other than the ones asking you guys to buy advertising. That's about as much copy as we write. And we've grown to be 175 million pages a month. In fact, we'll accrue 1 billion pages every 6 months, and that time frame is getting shorter and shorter. And something kind of odd happened. We were a set of photo blogs, basically. And in fact, we're actually now one of the largest blog networks in the world. We started adding videos to our network, and we immediately became the #1 comedy channel on YouTube in less than 6 months. Number 12 in all time, and this month we're just getting beat up by Susan Boyle. She's a one-man show. It's incredible. So we're number 2 on YouTube, and if I could sing like her, man, I'm sure we'd be number 1. So we've accrued 80 million video playbacks every month, and that's an enormously valuable ad inventory for us, and we'll start to monetize that real soon. And that's it. Thanks for visiting us. You can reach me there. Any questions?
I just want to thank you for some of the most fun that I've had over the last couple of weeks looking at Failblog and some others that you own. So I can't really ask questions of something that makes me laugh that much.
Well, thank you for your question. I appreciate it. I'll be sure to relay that to our audience, who creates the content for us. So, thanks. Any other questions?
You do have a stump with your humor, Ben. It's really very, very good. What is different about the video stuff versus the photography in terms of how you think about making people laugh?
The bar is incredibly high for video. So the amount of submissions, the amount of quality you need to look for is incredibly difficult. And what's happening is that the technology is out there that makes it really easy to put video online, lowers the bar for people to produce content. So you actually end up having to wade through a lot more content to find that one piece of video that'll go viral or something like that. So it is a lot more difficult. And one little piece of bad content in a 30-second video stream can ruin that video clip altogether. So it's easy to kill it. So we find that highly challenging. Any business questions? I mean, we are actually a business. I know it's hard to believe, but.
Well, where do you go with this?
Where do we go? Well, for us, I think we're basically up against old media. If you think about television back in the 1930s and 40s, where people were just adopting television as a mass medium. If you look at internet usage today, 18 to 25-year-olds spend the majority of the plurality of their time on the internet. And so internet culture is becoming its own, and memes are kind of an outlier, but that's an early indicator of how we'll be consuming content down the road. So if 10% of all media budget is being spent online, and 30% of people's time is being spent online, we're going to be on the front end of that, catching that money when it comes in. So that's our goal, is to continue to grow this empire with more memes, more structured content that people can license, syndicate, consume, and basically regenerate. So, any other questions?
Is the business, I mean, what percentage of your monetization is people coming to the site, and are there other forms of monetization that you're pursuing?
So about 65% of our revenues comes from advertising. Another 25 or 30% comes from licensing on content. So book deals.
Is that includes the books and things like that?
That's correct. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have a New York Times best-selling book. Pictures of cats with funny misspelled captions that we didn't write. So. Yep. Welcome to the internet. So. It's unbelievable, I know. It's the second time I've told this exact same story on this exact same stage and had the same reaction, so I'm glad it's still working.
How do you curate your content?
How do we curate content? Actually, so we let our users do that too. So we let our users submit the content, and then we let them filter it. So we actually don't do any work, other than actually posting the final product in the end, which is, again, the magical part of this business is, when you turn a bad experience, like creating content, like work, and you turn work, like editing, into a fun, useful experience, then people will do it for you willingly and for free. So that makes traditional media models very difficult to sustain when I can sell inventory for far less and make a profit than somebody who paid $1,000 for a piece of content to produce that. So, and that would make us a disruptive company. One other VC word I'd like to use today. So. Well, if that's all the questions, thank you very much.